Okay, once you have your paper model, and I've checked you off for your paper and your 10 sketches, you're gonna need to trace each piece of your paper model onto the freezer paper. Now the freezer paper is one-sided, so it has this shiny side to it and the dull side. And so when I trace these, I laid them down like this, but I made sure that I flipped them over so I got the mirror image. And then I also marked the sides. This side is 1, that side is 1, this side is 2, this side is 2, 3, 3. So that I make sure that I get everything cut out. So I'm going to continue to cut this out, and then I will show you how to roll it out of clay. Okay, when you have all of your pieces that are cut out and you're ready to go, you're ready for the next step, which is the clay. But just to keep you all organized, it's a good idea to paper clip them together. So one piece for every side, and now we're ready for the clay. Okay, I've rolled the slab out, but this time I've used the little thicker sticks. So these sticks are in the bin that say spacer boards for slab pots. And remember that when you use them, make sure that your rolling pin is resting on either side of the stick when you roll it out, because otherwise you won't get that all to be the same. And we'll review other tips every day about rolling the slab out, but make sure you take your rib and compress that. You can pop any air bubbles that you see and really make the surface nice and smooth, and do that same thing to both sides. So I am working on a slab mat, and now I'm taking the other side and smoothing it out, compressing it, making sure there's no air bubbles, and that it's a nice slab to begin my project. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take the paper that I cut out, and I'm going to take the shiny side and attach it to the clay. You can use a rib, you can use a rolling pin, but it sticks pretty well. So now it's stuck to the surface of the clay. And I'm going to do that with all my pieces, and then I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, what I've done now is I went and got a plastic bat, and I can take my pieces, and if you want to, you can roll them out one more time. This just makes them super even and makes for a really even slab pot. So I can put my sticks down, take my rolling pin, rest my rolling pin on the boards, and roll it out just to make sure it's nice and even. So if by chance you did have a thick slab, that would even it out. And then you can go back through and trim. I did pretty good. I have just a little bit to trim off here, and a little bit to trim down here. So now you can see the thickness of my slab is the same thickness of my spacer boards. And you want the whole thing to be that thickness. So if you have any areas that are too thin, you're gonna want to add a little bit of clay. And then what you can do is you can put them down, freezer paper side down onto the board, and just layer them up like this until we're ready to build. And then at the end of the hour, they can go into a bag like this. And then after you have all your pieces rolled out, we'll talk about construction. This extra clay that I have, I can take and ball up, wedge it up, and then I can use it to make a new slab. So again, you don't want to recycle this clay. You actually want to use it to make a new slab, hit it, throw it a couple times, use the spacer boards, and roll the rest of your pieces out. All right, good luck.